Okay, we continue to celebrate moms here on TMS as Mother's Day fast approaches. And one way to show our love to our mothers is through food.
If you cook it, especially. Laura Keogh joins us now with some special mom-approved recipes.
Yeah,
I'm not speaking the truth. Like, we're going to talk about this, but who's going to end up cooking it? We are.
I'm sorry. If anyone out there makes their wife or mother cook, what happens? What happens?
I go on strike?
Yeah, go on strike.
I leave. I walk
No laundry. No one gets clean underwear.
All right. So we're talking about some of Mom's favorite foods.
Absolutely.
This first recipe, or pancakes, is your mom's favorite food.
So my mother loves lemon and loves pancakes. So when we wrote our first book, How to Feed a Family, I made up this pancake recipe with Carrie, my partner, and this was my ode to my mother.
Okay.
And so the really exciting thing about this kind of it's a lemon yogurt pancake, is a blueberry syrup that you use on top. So I mean, we've got to amp it up if it's Mother's Day, right? So we're not just going to take the regular old syrup, we're going to amp it up, and it's really easy. We've got 2 cups of blueberries in here, and we're just going to quickly make this syrup. You're going to get in a half a cup of maple syrup. You're going to get in some water. You're also going to get in some lemon juice and some vanilla extract. And then what you're going to do is cook this down on the heat. And when the berries start to kind of boil and burst, you're going to get some zest of some lemon in here. And then what I've made here is what's called a slurry. And this is really just cornstarch and water. And you're going to drizzle that into your bursty little berries. And what that's going to do is kind of help thicken your syrup. And then you have this lovely syrup. It makes like a whole little jug full, and you can keep it in the refrigerator. And then you have blueberry syrup for like weeks.
Wow, and this is your mother's recipes you mentioned, right?
No, this is my recipe.
This is Laura's recipe that she made for her mother.
Yes.
An ode to her mother.
As an ode to my mom, who loves lemon.
As an ode to your mom, I believe we have a photo of the two of you here as well.
Oh, yeah, there's my mommy. Hi, Mommy, I love you.
What's Mom's name?
Mom is Adrienne.
Adrienne.
And that's my stereotypical mom right there, carrying a glass of red wine wherever she goes.
Love it. So good. So, all right, since we are celebrating moms all this week, we thought, you know what, we have to celebrate our favorite mom here on the morning show, which of course is
by far
one the only Carolyn McKenzie.
Carolyn McKenzie.
So we did secretly ask her family, what is Kara's favorite dish? If you could make one dish for her, what would it be? And the overwhelming response from Chris, Kate, and Matt was a traditional roast beef dinner with potatoes and Yorkshire pudding.
And so I slaved yesterday. And it's so easy. And all you have to do, and you probably know this because you've probably made your own roast before, is you just want to get your roast into a pan and sear it on all sides, and then add some stock and some wine and get potatoes and carrots and herbs in there and cook it down low and slow for a few hours, and then you get a lovely roast beef. And then these Yorkshire puddings, I have to tell you, my husband made for you because he is the king of Yorkshire puddings. And the real secret with Yorkshire puddings is to measure all your ingredients. So start with your eggs and measure how much volume your cracked eggs give you, and then match that with flour and the milk. Okay.
Because Yorkshire pudding is really tricky, isn't it?
It is very tricky. And whiz it up and let it sit. Now tell me if that's what you do with your recipe.
Well, you know what, I cheat. I often use a package for my Yorkshire, so maybe...
That a girl!
So your hubby's name is?
Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Yorkshire pudding. Do you guys really contact the family, or are you pulling my leg?
They've been working on this for weeks.
Coming up with this idea.
There has been some serious espionage going on over the last week.
Yes, and you were killing us before this segment started.
I'm like,
where's the roast potato from?
But they are right. I do love.
By the way, I need to ask for Chris and the kids, how long will this keep? Because they want to know if I can bring it to them so they can reheat it on Sunday.
Absolutely. This is your dinner tonight, guys. And we're going to put Put it in Tupperware.
Finally, before we run out of time, here is my mom's, Carolyn. I've been just surrounded by Carolyn my entire life, Laura. Chocolate cake recipe. Now, this was handed down from Grandma Cartwright, and we still serve this. We still serve this at big family gatherings.
Well, I have to tell you, when I saw Grandma Cartwright's recipe, I thought she doesn't mess around because she uses a cup of dark coffee in it, which is fantastic for a chocolate cake because it brings out the flavor of the chocolate.
That is the secret ingredient.
It really is the secret ingredient. And that sat on my counter last night. And do you know what it was like to tell my family they cannot eat that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got to
cut into it.
So that was your mom's favorite?
That is my mom's favorite recipe. This is a family tradition.
That your grandmother.
Grandmother made. We still serve. There you go. Try that.
You're going to feed me.
Oh. Okay.
Right?
It's really, really good, guys. I'll speak for you until you can.
Can I wheel this entire table home?
Exactly. We're
Breakfast.
eating well after the show today here on the morning show.
Yeah, we're cutting this baby up, but I did promise my family that I can bring home a few pieces.
Oh, of course. I mean, you can bring home. They made your husband practically made this for me, so he can take it home. You can take it home to him.
But all easy recipes. You can find the pancakes on my website, and so happy Mother's Day, my friend.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, we got Mom covered right from breakfast to dinner to a dessert. Laura, thanks as always.
Thanks so much, guys.